Hi, it's Olga here. So today I will be showing you another mini SEO audit, and I will be doing it live as I am recording. I hope you learn a lot from this audit. Okay, so this is the website. Let me reload it once again and show you the first thing that kind of struck me immediately. So this is the cookie notice, and I am unable to click OK to accept these cookies because this contact us button covers the accept button. So this is a huge problem. So if the site does not measure traffic or visitors without their consent, which is the correct way to do that, then those Google Analytics data will be skewed a lot for this site. So this is, I think, the first thing that should be fixed. Of course, I can find a way to accept those cookies. I can click inspect and view the site on mobile, and I can click OK on mobile. And now the cookies are accepted, but I'm not sure if every user of the site does that. At least those users who use the site on mobile shouldn't have problems with doing that, but the desktop users may have some problems. Okay. So the first thing I noticed the second thing I noticed on the homepage are those links. So these are the links to specific web pages of the site, and they are implemented in a very un-SEO friendly way. As you can see, this is not a link. This should be a text link. This could be an image link. This is just an image. And all of the links, even though they point to different web pages, they all have learn more, take a look, read more. So these anchor texts really carry no SEO message, no SEO information for crawlers about those web pages, what topics these web pages should be associated with. So this is no information. Let me click on a specific web page. And as you can see, this is an example blog post. But I will get to that in just a second. Okay, let's get back to home. Okay, let me now visit some of the elements that are in the main navigation menu. So accommodation. So again, take a look. Okay, so let me now visit some of the main pages that are linked from the main navigation. So this is accommodation. And again, the same thing. Take a look, no text link. This is, I think, one of the most serious problems of this website. Here again, I can see those read more links. Okay, so what this actually does is just displays these two paragraphs. I'm not really sure if this is necessary. I would simply leave it as is without those read more, read less. I don't know why we want to hide this. This is not a huge block of text. Continue reading again. It should be a link that would, for instance, contain our reviews of this place. Read more, read less. Oh, this does not really work even. Okay, so this is another thing. Okay, let me now visit some other web pages. So this is a huge background image here. Let's see if those images have alt text. So I can use web developer. I just need to go to images, then display alt attributes, and I can see that these do not have alt text. Let me just double check. Okay, so this is an image and it does not have an alt text. and it should have one, definitely. Again, learn more. I don't like that. And here in the footer, I can see the link to Google Plus, which from what I know has been discontinued for a couple of years now. So yeah, so I would remove that for the sake of freshness. Let me now see FAQs. So here are the FAQs. Let me check if those FAQs really have schema. So here I can click on the detailed SEO schema, and here I can see, I don't think, but to be sure, I can visit the Google Rich Results Test. Simply paste this website with this web page and see what's there. Okay, so from what I see here, there is no FAQ schema. Google Structured Data Testing Tool. I like this one a lot. Google has been kind of closing this tool down for forever, and it's still available. I don't really know how it works. Okay, let me check it. Okay, so I don't think the site has FAQ schema. And in the case of those, sorry that I am changing those tabs like crazy. I know I move too fast when I'm using the computer. I'm doing things crazy fast, and sometimes people have problems following me. So anyway, I think we can add FAQ schema here, although I'm not sure, although I don't think it is really critical, because these are kind of internal FAQs for just people who come here and want to learn something. But if we add FAQ schema here, then maybe those FAQs will stand a chance, some of them will stand a chance of showing in Google search results. Of course, the ones that make sense for specific queries. Okay, let's move on. So as you can see, there is a lot of text, which is okay, but this internal linking structure, which is done in this learn more, read more way, is kind of horrible and is destroying a lot on this website. Let me now quickly show you the Google PageSpeed Insights result. As you can see, this is very bad. The site, of course, does not pass Core Web Vitals, and those lab data metrics are tragic. But we are not concerned about lab data as much as we are concerned about field data. Field data look a little bit better, but still Core Web Vitals aren't passed. And the site definitely needs a lot of improvements in this regard. Fortunately, Google PageSpeed Insights is kind enough to show us a lot of things that can be improved. It gives us specific examples, so it is basically a matter of going through everything that's here and fixing what's possible to fix. For instance, properly sized images. I guess this will be a very easy thing to do. As you can see, you will save more than 6 seconds, which is a lot. Let me see this image. Okay, so this is a gigantic image. We don't need to have such gigantic images. From what I remember, this image was kind of like a small square rectangle, and when someone visits the page, this gigantic image has to load. So why do that? We don't need to do that. So image compression, changing the size of images is definitely one of the quick wins here. JavaScript. This is more of a, I can see that a lot of those things are coming from third parties. So I'm not sure how much of this can be removed, but this is something that the developer should go through and decide whether some of those things can be removed. Again, now there are a lot of plugins, and not only for WordPress, because this site is not WordPress based. A lot of plugins, tools that will help you change the image format into the one that gives you the best compression, which is, for instance, WebP. So this is something that can be easily handled here. Let me see. Fortunately, there is a PNG, but this is a logo, so this is okay if it is a PNG, because we probably don't want the backgrounds to be here. Okay. So render blocking resources. Maybe some of those resources can be deferred. This is something to be, again, analyzed one by one. Server. So maybe changing a server may help. Sometimes it really makes a huge difference, like it made in my case. I moved from Bluehost to the premium server in Cloudways, and and the difference was really so huge as I would have never imagined. Okay, so again, font optimizations to be done, maybe preloading fonts, a lot of things. Images do not have their width and height are not determined. So if we do that, then this will save a lot of work. Oh, a lot of images. So this is a very easy and simple fix. From what I see, caching. So the time of caching is definitely off here. Main thread. So this is the way the site is built. And again, moving to a better server may help, but not always. This is something to be considered, analyzed. DOM again. So Google is pretty clear about what's wrong with this site. This score is very low, but I wouldn't necessarily obsess about this score, but I would rather take a look into those field data, what we have here. And here the biggest problem seems to be the cumulative layout shift, which is quite huge. And those first contentful paint, largest contentful paint. So this is basically, in most cases, images. I guess these are images. Let me check what's the largest contentful paint of this page. So Google PageSpeed Insights will show you the largest contentful paint element. Here, where is it? Here. Okay, so this is this image. So doing some image optimizations will definitely help with the largest contentful paint. Okay. I took a look at the site in Ahrefs. So it has some visibility, it has some traffic, it has some links, but of course there is definitely some optimizations to be done. Let me check the top pages of the site. So as we can see, these are the top pages. We may kind of analyze those top pages in more detail and see maybe if there are some quick wins, and maybe some simple as some simple things can be optimized, like the titles or headings. In some cases this can really help a lot, even though those are the basics of the basics. Let me quickly check the heading structure. Oh, I don't like that. More information. I don't really think this is This should be a heading, so I would change that. Let me go to ownership, because I noticed that if I go to ownership, then this site kind of changes a little bit. Okay, so this is the same domain, but the site looks a bit different. I'm not sure if this is probably done on purpose, but in that case the logo points to the ownership. Okay, I am not going to go into much detail, but okay, I went here and the logo changed again. Not sure if that's the way this is supposed to work. Okay, let's get back to the main page. Okay, sitemap. I can see there is a sitemap, and I suppose, yeah, this is the sitemap for humans, not really for this is the sitemap for humans, not necessarily for robots. Let's quickly see what's in robots text. So as you can see, there are two sitemaps. Let me check this one. Okay, so the only thing I would probably get rid of are those priority and maybe this change frequency, because Google is ignoring these and the site seems to be targeted at Google like the majority of sites, so we don't really need that. And I see the priority is set to is the same for all of the web pages. Practically all of the web pages, the change frequency is monthly for every page, so I don't think this is necessary. Let me quickly check the sitemap for blog. So here the same thing, more or less. Monthly priority, I would get rid of those. Last modification is okay. And as you can see, last modification is 2 years ago. And it says that the change frequency is monthly. So Google is ignoring that. So I would get rid of these. Okay, so I can see that those blog pages are kind of old. Not all of them. There are not so many of them. Okay, so I think this is more or less everything regarding this manual review. Maybe I will check some specific web pages. Once again, blog. So here's the blog. And what I noticed, this blog that is linked from the footer. So this is, it redirected from Explore blog to blog. So I would remove this redirection. The link should point to the destination. Reviews. Okay, so this is the blog. I can see paginated pages here. I will take a look at that in just a second. So this is the blog. Here at least the title of the post is a link, which is okay, but there's also this read more thing, which I would get rid of, as I mentioned earlier. So here you can see there are unique images, and let's check if they have alt text. So web developer display alt attributes. Okay, so some of them have. They have. Okay, this is okay. Let me now see. So here are the archives. I'm not convinced, but okay. Here are the categories. That's okay. And tags. I'm not really sure if we need those tags, but I don't want to be too picky. Let me visit a specific tag page. And I see there is a problem because this is a tag page and I can see that it is indexable, which is not okay. But I will talk about this in just a second. Let's get back to the blog for just a second. And let's see those paginated pages. So, okay, the page number 2, it works, but I am wondering if Googlebot can see these, because I can see that this is happening. It's Ajax here. We have Ajax, and I'm not really sure if Googlebot can see all of this magic here. This is a mini audit, so I am not going to analyze it very deeply. So let me quickly show you what's in Screaming Frog regarding this website. I can see there are more than 700 HTML pages. This is something to, from what I see, a lot of them are redirected. Okay, so these are the redirection from HTTP, so this is okay. I can see tags, so this is definitely not okay. And those tags are indexable. So I would make sure that those tag pages are not indexable. We don't need tag pages to be indexable. Categories are okay. There aren't too many categories on this site from what I remember, but tags definitely shouldn't be indexable. Let me quickly check images. Okay, so there are some PDFs on the site. That's okay. Security, mixed content. So there are 5 examples of mixed content, something to be checked further. Response codes. So we can, as we can see, there are a lot of. Let me now filter those so that I can only see the internal redirects. And let's filter them. Okay, so now I can see only the internal redirects. So the ones from HTTP to HTTPS are okay. So basically most of them are like that, so it is okay. I can see some are redirected to this weird 404 page. What is it? Okay, so this is a 404 page. That returns status code 404. Let's get back to Screaming Frog. Page titles. Are there any duplicates? So from what I see, more or less those duplicates come from tags and paginated pages, so okay. Are the H1 tags missing? So, a lot of pages do not have an H1 tag, so this is definitely something to be changed. Some have duplicates, but these are what is this page? Let's see. Okay, so this is some. Okay, so I think in that case it is okay. It looks like a bit complicated website, and it is not built on WordPress. And this is just as I said, this is just a mini audit. So I haven't really dived deep into some of the ways in which the site is built, some of the implementations it uses. So I may be missing some of the mistakes. So I'm just saying it as a disclaimer. Don't quote me on that. Content, new duplicates, exact duplicates. So these pages are. Okay, so this is basically an empty page. So I would do something about it. Images, missing all text. So yeah, some of the images should. So it should be in an ideal world, all of the images on the site should have an alt text. Pagination. So So as you can see, the crawler doesn't even see those pages as paginated because they are implemented in this Ajax way. Directives, okay, href lengths that do not really apply. It does not really apply. Structured data, okay, sitemaps. So let me quickly run a crawl analysis to see whether some of the pages are missing in sitemaps. So yeah, I guess there will be tag pages here. Let me check. So URLs in sitemaps. So these are the blog pages, which is okay. These are those ownership accessibility pages. Okay. Okay, but one thing I can see here immediately is that those sitemaps contain URLs to HTTP versions, which are naturally redirected to HTTPS. So sitemaps need to be updated so that they have contain the only indexable target canonical web pages. So in this case, all of those pages to which they are redirected. So for example, this explore, this is redirected to this, and this is the URL that should be placed in the sitemap. Orphan URLs. So these are HTTP pages, so this is something we can ignore. Non-indexable URLs. Okay, so this is basically the list of the web pages I was just talking about. So all of them are HTTP, so they should be changed into HTTPS. Okay, I think one more thing I want to show you, the site structure. So the crawler shows me that there are a lot of pages at level 5, 6, which is kind of not ideal. Ideally, we would like to have the majority of pages on the second and the third level. The fourth level is kind of acceptable. Let me show you the visualization. So this is the visualization of the path the crawler needed to take. And here's an interesting thing. Let me zoom. So this is the home page. So this is the home page. Let's now go home page. This is one of the links on the home page. So this is a link to the blog. And this blog, as you can see, crawler from the blog needed to go here, 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 here. And the same with another blog post. And these are what? These are indexable tag pages. So as you can see, so much crawling, unnecessary crawling done here, and those tag pages shouldn't be even indexed because they do not have any unique value content. We don't want them to be indexed, and this automatically kind of destroys the whole structure of the site. As you can see, these are tag pages. We don't want them. Let's see what's, for example, here. So this is the sitemap URL. So this is kind of okay. Here are those reviews. They are not indexable, canonicalized. So this is kind of the red dots are not indexable. Here, let me see. As you can see, this path is not really so clear, and the crawler needs to go into many places in which it really shouldn't have to go. Let's see here. So this is another blog. Okay, so this is, so here pages again, canonicalized. So something to be again analyzed deeply, because this is not a huge site. And this structure is very huge, especially because of those tag pages. So this is something to analyze more deeply. Let me now get back to the site. Okay, so overall, regarding this site, I would focus on internal linking, which is kind of off here. I would make sure the images have all text. I would definitely clean up tag pages. And so to improve crawling, to improve the structure of the site. And I would get rid of some of those problems, like this cookie notice covering being covered by the contact us. Speed and the optimization of images is definitely an important thing to do here. So I think that's it for this mini SEO audit. I hope you like it and you learn a lot from it.